Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to make a Thanksgiving muck dye. Start by smoothing out as many wrinkles as you can, and then decide where you want the center of your spiral to be and give it a little pinch. And then using the microwave splatter guard and a modified fork, and the fork I got at the dollar store, and I just bent the two outer tines backwards. It works like a hemostat. So you want to give the fork 3, 4, 5 twists, and then with your opposite hand, you want to pull the shirt out and around, creating your spiral, and that creates the pleats. The splatter guard holds the pleats down. It's the closest thing to getting a pleated spiral without actually making a pleated spiral. Go as far as you can using the splatter guard until you just can't go any farther. Hold down the center of the spiral and gently wiggle the fork out. I like to secure my spirals by using rubber bands, but you could also use kite string. You could even use sinew. It's just really a matter of preference. I think rubber bands are quick and easy. I got these rubber bands from Amazon, and I do have a link for them down below in the description box, along with everything else that I use for tie-dye. So go ahead and check that out. I call these ones the purple rubber bands. Once I get 2 or 3 rubber bands on the shirt, it really just kind of depends on how big the project is. I like to tighten the spiral up. That's the downside of using the splatter guard. You can only go so far with it, so you have all these loose tails. So I want to tuck them in. So I put the rubber band over my thumb and then I pull the tail towards me. And while I'm doing that, I also create more pleats. It just makes a nice tight spiral. That way when you have to pick it up or flip it, move it around, it doesn't fall apart. I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope all of you are having a terrific day, spending it with family, friends, doing your holiday routine, enjoying some good food, maybe watching some football, or just doing whatever makes you feel happy. And I also want to say thank you so very much to all of you that have been praying and putting out positive vibes, and for those of you that were able to donate to the GoFundMe for Scotty. I am so thankful for the community that I have around me. You guys are the best, so thank you so much. Now it's time for the fun part and my favorite part. We get to add the dye. So for this project, I chose colors that I thought would complement each other and also have a little bit of contrast and have that overall Thanksgiving, fall, autumn vibe to them. So the Maroon Brown and the Cinnamon Stick are special order dyes from Dharma Trading Company. And you have to buy 5 pounds or more to get them. And that's just way too much dye for me to buy at one time. And it's just really expensive. So if you go over to Facebook, Tie-Dye Supplies Marketplace, and I do have a link down below in the description box, which will just take you right over there. Follow that page, and then Kathy Greger is who I'm buying my dyes from currently, and she is all stocked up with all of the colors, so you can buy them for yourself in 4 ounce, 8 ounce, and so on. She's awesome. She ships out on Mondays, so keep that in mind. So when you place your order, you know, if you place it on Tuesday, you're going to have to wait a week. So, you know, plan ahead. She's got all of the Christmas colors, and stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a lot of Christmas color dyes. I highly recommend her. Like I said, she's amazing, and you can buy, like I said, 4 ounces for an affordable price and not have to buy 5 pounds of dye. So if you're brand new to tie-dyeing, let me explain this Muck ice dye here. So I have my project sitting down in a bowl, and I got this bowl at the dollar store. They're perfect for these projects. Make sure you check the bottom though and see if there's any cracks. There's nothing worse than having a crack in your container. Then your ice melts and the muck water leaks out of that crack, just making a disastrous mess. So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding my dye to the project, and this is called dye under ice. So you'll see it abbreviated DUI. So I'm adding it in the little pie wedges directly out of the container to the shirt, and I use a different spoon in each jar. I don't want to cross-contaminate and put, cinnamon stick in my marigold. Okay, and I use the back of the spoon to smooth it out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my ice on top of the project, and I'm going to let that ice melt, and then I'm just going to leave the shirt sitting in that melted water, which is called muck. Now, you want to set it and forget it and trust the muck. You can move it around, but I have found that when I move it, that muck water will get on top of my lighter colors and make them kind of dingy. So I've stopped doing that. I just, like I said, set it and forget it and trust the muck. I give the project a quick little sprinkle of soda ash for good measure. The shirt was already pre-soaked in the soda ash bucket, but because I'm going to be adding so much of my Frigidaire Nugget Ice Machine ice, I want to make sure that the pH stays up around 10.5 to 11 so the procion dye can bond with the natural fibers in the cotton shirt. And then you want to let it batch at 70 degrees or higher for at least 24 hours. Look at that dark muck water. I know it's scary, but it works. So really, seriously, trust the muck. So while it was batching, I could see my marigold pie pieces. They looked orange. It got disturbed when I walked over to the sink, so it was very temporary, so it's not going to get dingy. I let this shirt batch for the full 48 hours. That's something that I personally like to do. And after you've been tie-dyeing for a while, it gets easier to wait. The washout process isn't that much fun. It's exciting, but it's a lot of work. So you want to start by using cold water. That's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric, and then increase your water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here, I take it to the washing machine, and I like to do hot water cycles using Carillon. Carillon is a professional textile detergent. And then I like to do a final hot water cycle using Milsoft, and Milsoft is a professional fabric softener. And I do have links down below in the description box. It just makes it easy for you to find. Then I'll put it in the dryer and I'll iron it, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. And ironing just makes the project photograph better. It has nothing to do with the batching. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our Thanksgiving muck dye after it's been washed and dried, and I think it turned out really beautiful. This shirt is super rich. It's perfect for this time of year. I think it just screams Thanksgiving. So this is my first time using the Maroon Brown and the Cinnamon Stick, and they're gorgeous colors. So the Maroon Brown isn't overly brown. It's kind of leans towards purple, and it's really pretty. So you could substitute this, I think, with burgundy or maroon very easily off the regular list. And then the Cinnamon Stick has some nice orangey undertones to it, and it's perfectly named because it's totally cinnamon stick. But I also think you could use golden brown, maybe even bronze, and get a very similar results. And then the Marigold, well, that's the orangey golden color there, and it's just a super pretty contrast. Now you can see all those skinny muck lines running through the project, creating contrast and interest in the project. So that's why we do it, because we want to achieve those dark lines. And overall, I'm just really pleased with the way it turned out. So what do you guys think? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing and happy Thanksgiving.